All right, goodness gracious. I'm in the office tonight because my phone didn't have enough storage to film in the car. So I'm in the office. Titans just lost to the Steelers 20-16 on Thursday Night Football. Let me first of all say, get this out of the way. I host a podcast called the Two Tone Talk Podcast. Every Monday and Friday, we talk about the Titans, talk about everything going on in the NFL. So obviously tomorrow we'll be doing an episode. Hooray. So you can check that out. The link to it's in the video description below and in the pinned comment. Now that that's out of the way, let's talk about this game. You know, some of you Titans fans are walking away encouraged tonight because of Will Levis and the way that he played in, his second start, his first start on the road on a short week against a tough defense. You know, you're kind of taking it as a moral victory, and that's great. Listen, Will Levis played exceptionally well tonight, and I'll talk about that at some point here. But forgive me, I'm not ready to just take a victory lap here tonight. It's not that I don't understand how good Will Levis played, but I hate losing. Okay? I hate losing. I'm not one of those people who can just come on here and say, oh, wow, this is good because the Titans lost and they can get a better draft pick. Like, I'm sorry. I don't care about draft picks right now. I don't care about the draft. The draft is like 7 months away, and I don't care about the draft right now. There will come a time when I do, but right now I care about the fact that the Titans lost, and I hate losing. I want to enjoy watching them play. I want to look forward to watching them play. And right now, I can't. Because even if they go out and win, you already know they're going to follow it up with some awful performance like they did tonight. This team, I'm spitting all over the place, this team is incapable of just stringing wins together. Can't do it. They can put together a good little performance like they did against Atlanta or Cincinnati, but they will follow it up with a total egg. They beat the Falcons on Sunday. We were so encouraged. Will Levis is here. New dawn is here. The team's reinvigorated. Here we go. And thank you for coming out 4 days later or whatever it is and just crapping on the whole thing. Great. Awesome. We appreciate that. I'm sorry. I hate losing. I hate losing games that I feel like should have been won. I hate losing games that it felt like the Titans had in their grasp, should have won, and didn't. And let me tell you something. I said when Ryan Tannehill was in there, I said, is he a problem? Yes, but he ain't the only problem. This is not me saying that we should go back to Tannehill. No, it should be Will Levis' job from here on out. But I said removing Tannehill and replacing him will help, but it will not solve all of these issues. Because it's more than just the quarterback. It's the offensive line, in particular, the tackles. I'm fine with the guards. I'm even okay with the center, Aaron Brewer. But the tackles, particularly the left tackle position, is a problem. It's been a problem all year. And it was a problem last year after Lawan got hurt. It's a problem that has to be addressed. It hinders this team. And, right tackle too. It hinders this team from being able to take any semblance of the next step offensively because our play could get blown up at any time. From any direction. Okay? That's part of the problem. We still have a serious lack of weapons on the outside. If we didn't have DeAndre Hopkins on this team, I don't know what we would do. Now, Traylon, I hope he's okay. That's the most important thing is his health. He had a scary injury at the end of the game tonight. I hope he's okay. Okay? So I'm not going to say anything about him because I don't want to kick a guy when he's down. But outside of DeAndre Hopkins, whoever you think wide receiver 2 is, I have no idea. Because it's like Hopkins has 6 or 7 receptions a game, and everybody else has 1 or 2. So, yet again, here we are needing more talent on the outside. Something that needs to be looked at this offseason. And it ticks me off that I have to already be talking about the offseason when there's so much football to be played this season. Do you understand what I mean? I want to look forward to games. I want to enjoy watching games and feel like there's something meaningful going on and not just looking ahead to the offseason in November. But that's where we are. 3-5. You had one last chance there after Sunday to maybe salvage this year. You felt that, as did I. We're going to turn this thing around this year. This team might put it together and surprise some people. No, never mind. Never mind. Never mind. And it's not... Listen, Will Levis was great tonight. People are talking about the interception at the end. There was 11 seconds to go. He had to throw it into the end zone. It's his second start ever on the first game on the road. Like, shh. Shut up with that crap. You're probably a Vols fan anyway if you're saying that. We're giving him a hard time about the interception. But, like I said, I'm not taking a victory lap yet because as happy as I am we got our quarterback of the future, I'm kind of ticked off about the here and now. Coaching. I'm sticking with offense here. 4 minutes to go in the game. All of your timeouts, down by 4. You're getting the ball at mid-field because of a penalty against Pittsburgh and then a good return by Spears on the kickoff. You're getting the ball at midfield. Down by 4 all the time in the world. Your quarterback's playing great. You run the ball 3 straight times and then chunk it deep on 4th. And you will say, hey, chunking it deep on 4th, isn't that Will Levis' fault? Go back and watch the routes. Go watch the routes that were being run and tell me if those routes look like a 3rd and 4 play, or 4th and 4 play, where you only need 4 yards. We got people just running deep post and fly routes. We need 4 yards. That, and in particular the 3rd down call where we handed off to Spears up the middle, a play that seldomly ever works. I don't know what to tell you about that. Tim Kelly, overall, like, I'm usually fine with his play calling, but that sequence right there helped us lose the game. If the objective is to lose, that was a good series. It wasn't just a Tannehill problem. And again, that's not me saying we need to go back to Tannehill. No, we need to stick with Levis this year and beyond. But I'm just saying, now that we have a new quarterback in here, it is proven that just because we have a new quarterback doesn't mean that all these other problems don't exist anymore, because they do. Offensive line, lack of talent at the wide receiver position, lack of talent at the tight end position, absurd play calling at times. It's all still there. We just have a better quarterback in there. Gets us out of some of the trouble, but we still can't score in a red zone. We're still settling for field goals. We're still only putting up 16 points. And now I haven't even got started on the defense yet. Don't tell me anymore that this defense is as elite as it was 2 years ago and even last year. Just watch them. Just watch them. Secondary was without Murphy, Bunting, and McCreary tonight, but, I mean, this is Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett. And we had no answers for the dinks and dunks down the field that the Steelers were running. And so much for that great Titans run defense. Huh. Yeah, buddy. Because Najee Harris, I thought it was, week 5 against the Colts again, the way they were running the ball. We let him go on a 92-yard drive. I mean, And you may sit there and you may say, oh, they only scored 20 points. I mean, that's not a bad defensive performance. Yeah, but when you look at the first half and how many wide open receivers Kenny Pickett missed, when you think about the fact that Deontay Johnson made a lazy attempt at a catch, what should have been a touchdown, he didn't get the second foot down. The Steelers very well could have won this game by 2 to 3 possessions if Kenny Pickett hits open receivers and if Deontay Johnson gets a second foot down on that touchdown where he should have. That's a bad performance from defense. Bad. So that's another thing to look at if you want to go ahead and look to the offseason. We're talking about offense. Clearly, there are some changes that need to be made on defense. We got a lot of money in this defensive line to not come up with one sack against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm just going to let you sit with that for a little bit. We got an awful lot of money put into this defensive line to not have one sack against a team who's been very susceptible to giving up sacks. Just sit with it. So, I mean, yeah. Look to the future, look to the offseason, $100 million in cap space, drafts, whatever. If you want to do that, if that helps you cope, go ahead. But as for me, I'm ticked off about this loss. Will Levis, great. I'm encouraged about him. I'm encouraged that you have a quarterback you can build around in the offseason. But right here, right now, I'm ticked off that this team lost this game. Because much like all the others, it's a game they coulda, woulda, shoulda won. And they didn't. So, here we go, 3-5. And, 3 games back now from Jacksonville in the division. It feels stupid to even talk about. I'm going to bed. And I'm going to turn my mind off and force myself to not think about the crap that I watched in Pittsburgh tonight. Tighten up. Bye, everybody.